Hello there, howdy do. Today I'm testing out my new camping beach chair and I ordered it online and it's actually quite cozy and it's convenient because I can fold it up and take it with me. So today's video is going to be about how I keep my home clean living with pets, especially with birds. And I do only have one bird that I've lived with at a time, but I can only imagine that the more birds in a flock, the bigger the mess on a daily basis. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what I do on a regular basis and on a weekly basis to upkeep the cleanliness of our home, because I am a little bit of a clean freak. And I've also read a lot about bacteria and parasites, and believe me, that parasites are everywhere. And a lot of people have parasites as well, but let's not get into that because I could talk about that probably for hours. So I do like to keep things quite clean. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just discombobulated. I like when things are organized and fresh and clean, and it's also good for us and it's good for our pets. So let's jump right into it and let's do a little cleaning. Welcome back, my poodle and parrot pals, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Sandra, and up there is Mia, who is destroying a toy and making a mess, which is perfect for this video because we're gonna clean it up. So my first tip for today is going to be to have a daily cleaning routine. So for me, my cleaning routine is usually in the evenings once I've put Mia to bed and Lambo has had his last walk and his dinner. I clean up the floors, so I vacuum, and if anywhere needs to be mopped or there's dried poops that I missed throughout the day, then I spray those. And where Mia has her bird stands or her burb areas for eating and things like that, under those areas, I usually have paper towel or recycled paper. So if it's really messy, I swap it up. If it's not too messy, I leave it for another day. So daily cleaning routine is going to be something that you do every single day to kind of upkeep the cleanliness. We also use a robot vacuum, which is really helpful. And I release a robot vacuum, or a robot vacuum gets turned on every day throughout the day. So usually around lunchtime or something in the middle of the day, or during the second or third walk with Lambo, I'll let the robot out. And so I get an extra sweep throughout the day because they make a mess all day long. And Lambo makes a mess too, but Mia is the true mess maker. She is destroying toys. So there's toy bits and toy pieces. She's chomping up biscuits and seeds and all types of food and dropping food and pooping. So she is making the bigger mess everywhere. So I have to be more on top of her mess than Lambo's. Our second tip is to line the bottom of your bird's cage, of the bird stands, floor areas underneath where your bird has a setup area, because if they're spending a lot of time in those areas, they're probably pooping and dropping toy bits and food bits and all kinds of things. So those places you want to have a lining, and I got these big pieces that I can cut into small pieces, and they also fit perfectly in the tray under Mia's cage. I did find them on Amazon, so you could check there. And sometimes by our windowsill is where I use paper towels, so that's also another option. And then once it's really messy, I can just fold it up and throw it in the garbage, and I just throw the mess away. So it's really great to have a liner. So the next one that I briefly mentioned was a robot vacuum. There's lots of them on the market. We have the Roborock and we really like it. We have no issues with it. It vacuums, it mops, and it really is great. And the robot vacuum also has a map of our whole place, and we can select no-go zones. So if you have like a liner somewhere, you can no-go zone that area. And every single day I try to remember to turn on the robot vacuum so that it does its rounds around the entire home and gets all the floors. It's really good also for like dust that collects on a regular basis and debris and all this kind of stuff, but it also helps upkeep to keep things clean. It's definitely a game changer in keeping your floors clean on a regular basis. And the next one is to use a vinegar water solution. So I just get a spray bottle. You'll want to get a glass one if you can. I just have to order one. So in the meantime, I'm using a plastic one, but we are trying to reduce the amount of plastic that we use in our home. So glass bottles, what I recommend, and make a solution of 50-50 water and white vinegar, and that's it. And this is the perfect cleaning solution. It cleans everything, and it's also a safe cleaning solution. And I've noticed that a lot of people have been downloading our freebie of safe cleaning solutions. So if you haven't already, this is it. And you can go download it for yourself. And I share lots of safe cleaning solutions that I use when cleaning our home. And so that is a really great solution to use as an all-purpose cleaner, but it is a miracle cleaner for dried poops. So you want to have tissue boxes or unscented wet wipes around your home. That is another tip, so that whenever your bird does poop where there's no liner and you need to clean and wipe it up before it gets dry and hard, then you want to have tissues and wet wipes all over your home so that it's easy to clean it up right away. But if you find hard poops, you'll want to clean those up as soon as you find them, because they can release little particles into the air. And this is why having an air purifier is also important. But the vinegar water solution is a really great dried poop cleaner. You just have to spray it and leave it for a few minutes, walk away, do something else, and then come back and it wipes right off as if it was a fresh poop. So that is a great all-purpose cleaner that you can use on everything. I use it on windows, I use it on surfaces, I just use it on mirrors and so much more. So try that and check out those safe cleaning solutions, which brings me to the next thing that I do, and that is a weekly cleanup. Now, I don't always do a deep clean of my home every single week, but I do a weekly day where I give myself a couple of hours to clean the whole place. I do laundry and the floors and clean surfaces and just wipe everything down and the windows and all that stuff. Just freshen up everything from the whole week. I get the washroom cleaned and all that stuff. So having a time set aside each week to clean everything is really helpful. And then I do all of these other things on a daily basis to upkeep that cleanliness. You want to do a regular cleanup of your bird's cage, and I include this in my weekly cleaning routine. So I clean Mia's cage and I just wipe everything down, power wash things, so that if there's any poop or any food pieces or anything like that, it's all cleaned up. And I rotate her toys and just get everything nice, fresh, and clean for her in there. And another thing that you can do to help your furniture stay cleaner, because we know that birds like to sometimes destroy furniture, they'll poop on furniture and do all types of things. So I would suggest covering furniture. So sometimes we have an extra cover over our bed because Mia has pooped on our bed so many times. So that always helps, because then I can just remove that and throw it in the laundry and we still have our fresh, clean bed, especially when I put fresh bed sheets. That's when she likes to poop on the bed the most. And you can also consider a couch cover. And if you have a work chair or a chair that you sit in regularly that your bird poops on, consider getting a chair cover. And I know that these are also available on Amazon, and I'm sure some other stores have them too. Just do your research and you can get some furniture covers to help eliminate having to take apart your furniture or scrub it down. You can just remove the cover, throw it in the laundry, wash it, and it's good to go. And when it comes to vacuums, having a handheld vacuum or a vacuum that you can move around with is going to be really helpful so that you can get into all the different areas where your bird has just made a mess, or sometimes dogs. But usually with our birds, I find that a handheld vacuum and a vacuum where you can move around with it and get into different areas is going to be really helpful. I also use the handheld vacuum to clean up in the cage sometimes, or on the bottom of the bird stands when I remove the lining. Sometimes there's little pieces of stuff, so the handheld vacuum is really helpful there. And I know for some people it might seem like a lot to have a daily cleaning routine and a weekly cleaning routine as well, but once you kind of get into the habit of it, it just becomes part of your routine and you just kind of do it without thinking about it. And it's just part of what you do as your bedtime routine or your morning routine. So it's gonna be whatever works best for you. But I find that doing these little things to upkeep on a daily basis makes the mess more manageable in the long run. Some bird stands actually also have trays that come on the bottom, or you can get trays separately to put on the bottom of certain areas where your bird hangs out. And instead of using paper, you could use a tray, because then you're just reusing the same tray. You just have to wash it. And another thing that you can also do is poop train your bird. And it is possible to do this, and you can train them to poop in certain areas, or if you have really great stands for them or poop areas that you've kind of created around your home, then you can train them. And the way that you would do that is reward the behavior and give them praise whenever they've pooped in that area that you want them to poop, and just keep rewarding them every time they go there and they poop. Just reward them so that they know that this is a positive behavior. Something good comes after once I've gone to the bathroom in this specific area. So they might get a seed or a nut and lots of praise, and they're going to eventually learn to repeat this behavior. And yeah.
That's a good girl, yeah! That's a good girl! Oh, yeah! You made our shit! You shit. That's a good girl! Oh, yeah!
But with poop training, I've also seen people say, stop your bird from pooping, or make them hold it until you get them to a certain area. And I don't necessarily agree with that, because you shouldn't be getting your bird to hold their poop or going to the bathroom. They need to go and they need to go, and it's just in their nature to go wherever, whenever they need to. So if we want them to go in certain areas, we just have to be patient and consistent with the training and reward that positive behavior. So that's it for today, our poodle and parrot pals. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe for a good vibe, and we'll see you in the next video. I hope that this video helps you keep your home squeaky clean.